Hey everybody, this is Chris Bucci, aka Spider1A, and I'm joined by
Jennifer,
aka
Genesee.
Genesee, I like that. All right, and today we're going to set off on a wild and crazy adventure that I'm not sure if we're going to regret or not. I don't think we will, but who knows. We're going to build a 1/8 scale version of the Ecto-1. Okay, in the mail today we got this box from Eaglemoss, which is our supposedly introductory set of goodies for our Ecto-1. So let's go ahead and crack this box open and see what's inside. All right, we have a bunch of what they call stages or issues. This is the second one. You can see all these parts sitting in there. And then here's the first, and man, oh, look at that beautiful Ecto-1 hood. Man, is that beautiful. And this is really heavy. Like, I'm actually really impressed, you know, how heavy this particular stage is. And that's going to be really, really nice. Man, that's cool. And then underneath, we have a bunch of magazines and paperwork. We have issue 2 outside, and it looks like in here is issue 1, along with an introduction to this whole thing. Let's pull it out here and see, and yep, there we go. There's issue 1 and a poster, as well as the introduction magazine. Now, the one thing they tell you to do is whenever you get a set, a stage, a set of issues, whatever you want to call it in, you should go through each one, crack them open, look in the booklets or the magazines for each, and make sure that all the parts are where they're supposed to be and that you have everything, screws, pieces, etc. So before we begin our build, I'm going to go ahead here and crack everything open and just make sure that we are good to go. And that is everything in our introductory box.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting and scary. I mean, this is kind of like new, not only for me, but it's new for the channel. You know, this isn't I'm not a model builder. I don't have models and stuff like that. Have you ever done any of that kind of stuff?
I have never done anything like this.
Nothing? Oh, well, this is good because, I mean, now I have some experience with this stuff, but back when I was a kid, I mean, I used to be a huge Dukes of Hazzard fan. And so I used to I'd build like the General Lee and Roscoe's patrol car, you know, and but they were simple. There was a little bit of glue, a little bit of paint, but for the most part it was snap this together, snap that together. So this one fits right in with what we're doing because it's mostly snap together, screw together stuff. We don't have to paint or anything like that, but I haven't done anything like this since I was like a little kid, you know. Basically, this is by a company called Eaglemoss, and they did a DeLorean, they've done some other things, and then they came up with the Ecto-1, and it just came out this year, and you essentially subscribe. And that's the part that was exciting for me. I was kind of looking for another hobby, something COVID friendly we could do at home. And I don't know, I love Ghostbusters. I mean, are you a Ghostbusters fan?
Very much so.
Yeah, I mean, I already knew that, but I wanted to ask for the camera. We already watched, both of them in preparation for the car to be coming in. And I'm looking forward to the next one next year, Afterlife. So we're big Ghostbusters fans, and obviously the Ecto-1 is iconic. And basically you get stages, they call it. Every month you get a handful of them. The introductory package has the 2, but next month we'll get 4. And then you build pieces of this car a little bit at a time, and we're talking over the course of a couple of years. So this isn't like something that's going to end in a week. This is a long journey, and I guess it sounded fun. The experience of doing it sounded fun, more so. Now, it's expensive. That's the part where I'm not sure about whether it's worth the money or not. We can always stop and cancel if we want to. It's not something for the faint of heart if you're worried about spending money. I won't even go into how much, but it's the experience of building it a little at a time. It's like subscribing to a magazine, and every month you get a surprise in the mail, except in this case, you're getting actually pieces of this car, and it's just, I don't know, it just sounds fun to me, and it's something that we get to do together, and something we get to do with all of you. I'm kind of thinking we can share this probably every month, assuming they're on schedule, and you can watch us build the Ecto-1 from the beginning. And it's just kind of fun. It'll bring my YouTube gang along for this kind of new thing. Now, the only thing that's going to be different here, there's a lot of people online that do this. The World of Wayne, I was watching some of his stuff from the DeLorean. He's also doing the Ecto. And there's another one, MGO from Transformers fame is doing the Ecto. These people do live builds where like they literally, you follow along with them live and they show you their trials and tribulations and stuff. We're not going to do live builds. We're going to kind of edit it together and just kind of show you what we did, but because we're kind of learning, I think, as we're going along. I don't think you want to do what we do. But, you know, so if you're looking for something that shows it more in detail, you may want to go to one of those other channels, but follow us for the journey. I think it'll be fun. We're going to keep track of a couple of unique things, or Jen is actually going to. And after each episode, we're going to talk about it. And then maybe when we're done in 2 to 3 years, we'll have like what we were going to do, a Slimer fight?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to make some slime, and we're going to completely, yeah, we're going to go crazy. Maybe we'll get some super soak. Can you get slime in a super soaker?
I don't know.
We're going to have to figure that out. We'll give everybody the formula when it's time, and we'll all celebrate together. But anyway, well, what do you say? Shall we give this a shot?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go. This is our first official build ever, really, at least since I was a kid.
Right.
We have some new screwdrivers and stuff, tweezers, as well as some model glue just in case and some other things. So I guess we'll be spending some time opening this stuff. That one we can wait on probably, but I'm going to use the screwdriver that comes with it. So basically here we got issue 1. This is what we're going to be doing today. And then we got a bunch of stuff we can read later, which is kind of cool. So let's go. Stage 1. The hood. And here we go. That would be stage 1. It's funny they call it a stage. Sometimes it's called sometimes they call it an issue. It's a little confusing. When you actually sign up for this, it's a little confusing. So the first thing they want us to do is put these air intakes on, which are here. These are the ones that Mike's actually makes the modded versions that don't have the screw holes that you can buy. But we're gonna go ahead and use these for now, I think. And then when we finish the whole thing, if we don't like it, we can buy the mod later. This is the first official. I don't think this is magnetic. Oh yes, it is.
Perfect.
Okay, that's nice. It's nice that they give us the magnetic one. So this is the, look how little, look how tiny that screw is. All right, so this is our first official screw. So let's see. Is there, does it matter which one? Because that's got a little bit of a bend on it. Because they go in the pegs here. Ah, there we go. So I'm guessing this one goes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Look at that. A little, for as big as this model is. All right, this is a momentous occasion as we put in the first screw of our model. Would you like to do the second official?
I would.
Okay.
These are so tiny for me. My gosh.
Me too. This is what we're in for.
I know,
The other
right?
screws I don't think are any bigger.
No.
All right, fitting the air inlets. So these are the air inlets onto our hood. All right, let's put that off to the side. Next we have assembling the hood rim. So we pull that, looks like, and this, okay? Locate the hood rim and push it into the rear hood. So, and that is assembling the hood, what they call the hood rim. All right, so that's it. That is it for this stage. This piece and that piece. And then we also have the license plate, which it says to hang on to. And then there's an extra decal affixed to the plastic here, which it says it's for whatever you want to use it for. It's actually not going to be used, so it's just an extra sticker. All right. Now, I guess that's it. Now we have issue 2. And it looks like issue 2 is going to be just a little more complicated. We've got a lot more parts and pieces here, of which I made sure were all there. And we're going to be putting fitting the front grille, fixing the side grills and strips. And then we've got strobe lights and headlights. So we've got, this one's a lot more, this one's a lot busier. And there's a whole bunch of stuff here, as we know. So let's, yeah. So look at this one. In comparison, the second stage is a lot busier with pieces. But when I opened, but we made sure everything was there. So we are complete. All the screws and all the pieces. Oof. Okay. All right, shall we? This is the poster that has the actual size of the model. See, so this is the actual size of the model, and based on where our camera is right now, this is literally larger than the camera, but it fits almost perfectly on the mat. So it's going to be huge. This is going to be freaking huge when we get to that point. Take the front grille and push it into in the middle of the front grille. So that's this piece. And we're affixing it with AP screws. So we've got our first plastic screws. Like that. Like that.
Oh,
there we go. Is that going? That middle part isn't in there. Oh, actually, well, these actually, now here we're in luck, because these actually say left and right. These actually have L and R on them. So that's nice. Nice. Hey, we're doing that. Look at that.
Nice.
So that we're starting to build the front, looks like. So the left one goes, I always look for that tab there. Left one goes here. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, I see. Fits right in there. That one we're going to have to hold. And that's 1, 2, 3 AP screws. Look at that nice chrome. That's beautiful. I love that. All right, so now we do the one that's marked red, right? Right?
Right.
Right? All right, so there's that piece. So now it looks like we need these guys. We need these guys. We need these guys.
Do you want me to get that out? Outside your fingers.
Nah, there.
Okay. You made it.
I might need you next time with the greatest of ease, as Emgo would say. And now we're going to use, let's move these out of the way, we're going to use BP screws. By the way, I have to thank Jennifer for this blue workstation mat. This is awesome. Everything is staying real nice. Like, this is not moving at all. This is a perfect thing. Thank you.
You've got this angle going toward the outside.
Oh, that's this piece. Is that this thing? This rounded angle?
No, the other angle goes
Oh, this.
toward the outside.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and it matches. Look, that one actually matches the...
Exactly.
Okay, let's just see. So this one goes the other direction? Yeah, all right. Great call there. All right, so that's perfect. So we need to use BP screws, which are the smallest things I've ever seen in my freaking life. All right. Oh no, man. All right. We're all right. We're gonna be okay.
Oh,
Chris, just breathe. We can get tacos later, and that'll make everything all right.
Absolutely.
All right, so this was the weirdest. This is the trickiest one so far.
Mm-hmm.
These little pieces. What do they call them in the manual there? Side grills and would these be side grills or strips? These are strips.
Strips.
So these little strips were the first big pain, just because lining them up is hard. But we got it. All right, shall we move on? Whew. All right, we're down to the last 2 pages. We've just got a whole bunch of stuff. But I think a lot of these just snap together. I think there's oh, they're already in there. Oh, this one's already in there.
Okay.
Oh, that one isn't. So it must have. Okay, look, done. Okay, and then we put the larger cap.
Over top?
Wow, this is weird. And that just goes
Over top.
over top. Oh,
So this just goes.
up through there. Yeah,
Alright, so it's in.
yeah. If you can see the little knob on the top.
Right?
Yep.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
And
the
then
little
this
cap
just goes over top like so.
Interesting, huh? Very small. Now it looks like we affix it to here with BP screws. 30. So more BP.
Okay, then those go here.
Now, let's move this out of the way. Figure A. Assembling the headlights. That's these. Yeah, just like it. And they break. There we go. There we go. All right, you gotta be careful with those. Those are very wobbly. And then we have lamps.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. They go in here. All right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was easy.
Yeah, that one was easy.
That fit nicely.
And then they want me to do the same thing to the right one. And then on the back here,
there's one CP screw in the middle.
Yep, one big one and 2 little ones. There we go.
Nice.
So there is.
We're
Yeah.
gonna put this in here. Snap this.
Should go
here.
right in real nice.
Okay, let's see. Yep.
Yeah,
There it
nice,
went.
perfect.
Okay, so
All right, now you
like
got
that. We're gonna do C screw first.
these are heavy. I mean, even these are heavy. Like, all right. So now it looks like we're just fitting the headlights onto what we just did. We have to be careful because this is a plastic bumper. Mm-hmm. You know, but it looks like it just fits right here. In there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is that right?
Looks right to me.
Okay.
Yep, it does because the top
Yep.
is on the top there.
On the top, okay. And then we use BM screws.
Okay.
Now, supposedly there are some special editions too that were not necessarily planned, but they come later. One of them is the Proton Pack, the Proton Pack special, which is so cool. So you can put those in the back of the car.
Oh, right.
And one of them is, look at that. And one of them is the, I think that might be it so far. I have no idea. Look at that. All right, folks.
Oh, that looks great.
And that's it. That is the end of stage 2. The front of your Ecto-1 is now beginning to take shape, and that is true. Everything is quite solid in there, and now we put it away somewhere until next month. Well, that's it. What'd you think?
It was great.
It was fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. I was still impressed at how tiny some of those screws were.
Oh.
At first, especially. I don't think we were expecting that at all. So, but, you know, we basically have a couple of the parts here. We have the finished front of the car and the lights, which is really, really cool. You can really see it coming together there. And then we have the heavy piece of the hood. And then it looks like we've got a little bit extra piece there, but we have to keep these separately. Mm-hmm. So we basically have to keep all this stuff separate, including the license plate, and try not to lose it before we get to that part.
Okay, I thought it would be interesting through this process to keep count of how many screws that we use. So today's count is AM screws, we used a total of 8. BM screws, we used a total of 8. AP screws, we used a total of 13. BP screws, we used a total of 8. CP screws, we used a total of 2. And the amount of time it took to do this total process was 58 minutes.
Wow. So we were just a little bit under an hour.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So when we're done with this whole thing, we'll be able to find out how many screws we used. I don't know why. That just sounded like a fun thing to tally. Mm-hmm. And I love the fact that you're doing that. That's going to be awesome. Yeah. And we can see how long it actually took us. So we're at 58 minutes so far for the first box, from basically when we started the first screw or the first piece until we were done. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. This has been a lot of fun. We're going to do another one hopefully next month, and we'll see what shows up in the mail. It'll be kind of new for us, too. We have no idea what's going to show up. So. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, what are we going to do until next month?
I think we should find some ghosts.
That's a great idea. Come on. Yeah, when I was younger and I used to put those models together, I mean, they didn't, I don't know, maybe my fingers were smaller. Mm-hmm. And everything's different when you're younger. Your perspective is different. It's like when I used to play Pac-Man, man, when I was a little kid, that arcade cabinet seemed like a giant cavern. Like I was inside this gigantic yellow cavern. Now you kind of go, it's not that big.
Right.